Something we must touch on is the back page of the Saturday Nation, as well as the back page of the Standard newspaper. Jemima Sumgong and the allegations of doping that have marred her, that have now put Kenya in the spotlight in terms of doping. Peter, your thoughts on this, considering that this was the first woman to win the Olympic marathon gold, and now this, spewing a whole other debate in really questioning the credibility of all our athletes in the country?
I think our nation, just last year when passed a bill on anti-doping, it's high time the government of the day and the IAAF, the Athletic Association of Kenya, must really scrutinize these international coaches who come in, these scavengers who come to scout for athletics, because it's wrong to put our nation in this page. When you talk about corruptions and our nation is on top, now you're also adopting another situation. The most celebrated athletics are now becoming also dopers. So we cannot be a first country in corruption, we cannot be a first country on doping. Something has to be done. That shows you there's a linkage between really the culture of our country is not well fabricated well. So I believe this is something that the country has to take in as a nation, not only as an organization that leads athletics in Kenya. We have a bill, it's in force, we must enforce that bill. And we must scrutinize all these scouts who come in this country, because all these people parading everywhere, scouting for athletics, some of them we don't know them. And by the way, the Kenya Poison Board should also come on board. Which are these substances? How do they get to the country? Who manufactures them? Can we get this training? I'm a footballer. Right. We are taking some time, Naivasha, to be thought about anti-doping. But now we are not seeing the fruits. Especially on athletics.
This is athletics, the pride of Kenya, really. Your thoughts on what's happening?
Let me be, for me, there's been a consistent scrutiny on Kenya, because I think internationally there are people who are not happy the way we've dominated athletics all over. This case, Sumgong won the Olympics. Before she went for the race, of course, there must have been tests. And she was tested, and she was okay, and she won her title. Now, it's, of course, the random checks that happens within. Sometimes I feel it's also unfair, because at the time of running and prior to the Olympics, she was found okay, right? Now, these are random tests that are happening. So sometimes you need to look at where does whatever fall, will she be stripped of her Olympic medal, and then what was, the circumstances then are not the ones now. So I think that was also not fair. As Peter is talking about the trainers and all that, of course a lot of scrutiny needs to be put, because young girls and young guys who train, and they've trained hard. This is not somebody who would, whether is a professional, and they're really good. And Kenyans have, and we didn't start becoming good today. We've been good all through. So I think maybe we just need to up our game in terms of scrutiny, and also ensure that everything happens, because we also have a name to protect. So that people don't think that that every Kenyan who's winning, there's something that is done that is not right.
And of course, just before you add on, Chris, just to understand that there's a lot of stake now with the anti-doping bill being put in place. Jemima Sumgong right now may be facing a jail term if all of this is confirmed. And so just that, the fear of the consequences should also be something that the athletes also take into question very seriously.
It is a sad day for sportsmen and women in this country, because these people have been our ambassadors, brand ambassadors, and they have done us proud. But as a country, we have let them down. We have not protected our athletes. And it is sometimes unfortunate that these bodies, whom we really respect, to carry international competition. You remember the case of FIFA, riddled with the corruption scandals all over. I think we cannot say that this IAAF is purely beyond reproach. Probably because Jemima is going to be 50 million richer on 17th April, because she's leading currently in the world majors. This is a pointer case. Why are they bringing the case now that she's going to be 50 million rich? Probably we need to investigate further. and find out whether it is a duping situation, whether it is really just what has been reported, because the stakes are high. 50 million is not a small amount of money. So I suspect that investigation should be done, and we protect our athletes, because this is someone whom has really put a lot of effort, hard work, and has been on the scene for some time. And these testings, whether during events or post events, they normally they are always taken. But sometimes we don't verify. We need an independent body that can also justify that these results were just, and the athlete in question is not just victimized for the sake of money.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So we need to protect our athletes. All right.
Yes.